One day, she pulls away. Not with drama, not with a fight, just distance. And by the time she notices why she feels different about you, the dynamic is already gone. What caused it didn't happen that day. It happened weeks earlier, quietly. Let me show you. Most men believe attraction grows when you remove uncertainty, clarify intentions, explain silence, smooth every moment of tension. But that belief creates the exact opposite effect, because when everything is explained, nothing is felt. Attraction doesn't disappear because you did something wrong. It disappears because nothing unexpected remains. By the end of this video, you'll understand how attraction fades without warning and how some men reverse that dynamic without saying a word. Ask yourself this: when tension appears, do you calm it or can you hold it? That difference matters more than you think. Invisible mistake. Here's where most men unknowingly lose leverage. They mistake emotional clarity for emotional safety. But safety doesn't create attraction. Contrast does. And once contrast disappears, desire slowly shuts down. Most men never see this happening. Attraction responds to patterns, not promises. When you always respond fast, always explain, always reassure, you train her nervous system to relax around you. That sounds good until you realize relaxed energy doesn't pull, it settles. You don't need to impress her. You don't need to perform. You need to stop removing uncertainty before it does its job. This becomes important later. Here's the uncomfortable part. She doesn't lose interest because she's cold. She loses interest because the interaction stopped challenging her emotions. And that brings us to the real trick. The real seduction isn't what you do, it's what you're no longer afraid of. Men who fear loss rush to stabilize. Men who trust themselves allow space. Not distance, space. Space lets curiosity breathe. Space lets emotion move. And here's the key. She doesn't consciously notice this shift. She just feels different around you. Until one day it hits her, and by then the dynamic has already flipped. Before, she takes longer to reply, you fill the gap. After, she takes longer, you stay engaged with your life. Before, silence feels uncomfortable, you explain it. After, silence feels neutral, no explanation needed. Before, you check for reassurance. After, you check your emotional state. Internal filter: if you feel urgency, pause. If calm returns, proceed. This isn't a tactic, it's alignment. Most men think this is about controlling attraction. It's not. It's about controlling yourself when attraction becomes uncertain. Because the man who stays grounded becomes the emotional reference point. At the beginning, I told you she doesn't notice this trick until it's too late. Now you know why. Attraction fades when everything becomes predictable. It grows when presence meets restraint. The moment you stop trying to be chosen, you become someone she feels drawn toward. One law to remember: calm creates gravity. That's the real seduction. If this gave you clarity, subscribe to STOIC SIGNAL, where we break down attraction, emotional discipline, and masculine presence without manipulation. This video showed what quietly kills attraction. The next one shows what replaces it. Why calm men are so hard to replace. Because that's the layer most men never reach.